Ladies and gentlemen, children of the interwebs out there, Sebastian Envy, strong style cinephile, and today we are reacting to somebody else reacting to an early look at the next Transformers movie. Apparently it's called Rise of the Beast, and YouTuber PrimeVsPrime. He's got a great channel. He does lots of toy reviews. I enjoy watching his videos and kind of getting some of his thoughts and insights and just his general enthusiasm for the Transformers franchise and the toys and stuff like that. So if you haven't, give him a follow. I'll link his stuff down here. But he was one of however many people that got a sneak peek at some of the stuff that they're cooking up for this next film. And again, enthusiasm. Showed great enthusiasm, and I found myself getting caught up in some of his enthusiasm, but I do have some questions and some, I guess, concerns based on kind of the stuff that he was talking about. And he had said that they wouldn't let him, of course, take any pictures or make any doodles of kind of the design stuff that they were seeing and stuff like that. So he was just, just doing notes as best he could and brought up some of the highlights of his notes. And like I said, I have some concerns over things. Now, I said it apparently takes place in 1994, which is after the Bumblebee movie, which was great, but before the Bayverse, the first Bayverse movie. So they're apparently still trying to connect things, and that to me, like, Bayverse was okay. I know it has lots and lots of fans. Lots of kids literally grew up with the Bayverse movies as they went along. I'm, of course, child of the 80s, so G1 is like my thing. So the opening moments of Bumblebee, the battle on Cybertron, that was like some of the best stuff I've ever seen, including all the Bayverse movies. You could give me 90 minutes, 95, 100 minutes of that, and I would be truly satisfied. I would truly believe they hit the mark when it comes to a Transformers movie. But alas, they're trying to connect the two, I thought. And I think they've gone kind of back and forth, or maybe the fans have gone back and forth about talking about whether or not Bumblebee is a true reboot, or it's a prequel, or a requel, or a, however you want to, frame it. But I was looking at it as a clean, reboot. And I think that's the path that they should go, to try to connect it to a franchise where they didn't even stick to their own stuff, their own canon, their own rules as the sequels went on. Like, the Bayverse was cool. It made Transformers bigger than what it was, I think, for a lot of people, for generations of filmgoers and fans and collectors and all that kind of stuff. So it was cool for what it was. But really, let's not get caught up in our feels for it and just really kind of break it down to brass tacks. They were not very good movies. And they just got more absurd as they went along. And I understand that works for some franchises, like Fast and Furious movies have gotten just more and more absurd as things have gone along. Mission Impossible, more and more absurd. Great movies, I love them. But let's be real about it, the absurdity levels of it. So to sit there and, again, try to connect Bumblebee, which seemed to be like a good, nice, small, intimate reboot for the Transformers franchise, to that. I mean, the hoops and kind of connections they're going to have to jump through and make with, it's just, to me, it's not worth it. Whatever payoff they're trying to get to keeping everything connected is not worth it. Bay did his thing, and that's fine, but just let it rest. Let's go into a different direction. Let's build. Like, he built it up, but let's build on that, not just repeat what he did. I don't like that. Don't like the idea that they're going for a Bay-like spectacle. He had noted that some of the designs were kind of very Bayverse, as far as like Nightbird and Scourge, who's apparently the big bad of it. Scourge is. Nightbird's getting a lot of fanfare in recent years, I think. She's apparently going to have a shifting alliance between 5 factions. And again, this brings me concern, because it's like there's going to be 5 factions. The Autobots, Decepticons, Predacons, Maximals, and the Terracons. And the Terracons are supposed to be like the big bad of it. But you have 5 factions. That's a lot of characters to juggle. And it's just, I mean, who's going to get shafted? Who's going to take up the lion's share of time? I imagine Optimus Prime and Optimus Primal, which apparently the Maximals and Predacons have been on Earth for years at this point. So the interactions between Primal and Prime should be interesting, because I love Beast Wars. I love the series. We're going to see Air Razor, which is going to be cool, and some of the other beasts. Wars characters, be very, very cool. Apparently we're going to get Mirage, but if he's going to be a Porsche as opposed to an F1 racer. And I think, wasn't like Dino supposed to be Mirage, but we ended up with Dino instead of Mirage. So it'll be cool to see Mirage. And just, and there's some other things, but those were the highlights of kind of what he said that stuck out to me. It's just, I have high hopes for this movie. I really hope they do it well. We got like a solid year until it comes out. So there's a lot to go on as far as like filming and editing and design and just refining things. But just the idea that we're trying to connect it to the existing, to the first, like we're just taking this roundabout trip, connecting to the first Bayverse movie. Don't like that at all. Don't like going after a Bay-like spectacle. Don't like that at all. Don't like Bayverse designs because they're just too busy and just too just unnecessary. Like if things looked the way they did in Bumblebee, because those were some great designs for the characters we know and love, stick with that. Do not stick with the Bayverse stuff. Just the idea that there's 5 factions, and apparently Nightbird is going to have shifting loyalties as the movie goes. So apparently, I'm thinking she's going to get like a lion's share of the focus in the movie. Be interesting. Apparently, it's going to be like kind of like a 5-way battle in the end. So I mean, how much of that are we going to see, or is it just going to be massive explosions and just again metal on metal where you can't see what's going on? I have high hopes. I have concerns though based on what we've gotten. And that's just, I don't know, that's just where I'm at this point. It's like I said, we got a year to kind of stew about it and kind of see from anything that we can glean from set photos and leaks and just whatever insider information we can get as they develop this movie. It's live action Transformers, so at the root of it, I'm happy with that we're getting that. Our childhood, again, like I said, child of the 80s, G1 was my thing. So, but the idea of like seeing that thing, that entity that I love so much, handled on screen properly with just today's technology and special effects and all that kind of stuff. It's cool, but it needs to be done better than it has been. And again, this is early. This is just speculation. I could be totally proven wrong. And this could be the greatest thing ever. And if it is, I will acknowledge that it is the greatest thing ever. But until they show me better than what we've gotten, I'm still gonna have like kind of tempered expectations, hopes, and dreams and wishes for this next movie, which is Transformers Rise of the Beast. So I don't know, that's just where I'm at on it. Props on Prime for getting the scoop, and whoever else out there, YouTubers, bloggers, and industry writers and that sort of thing, got those early looks at it, and for bringing the news to us. Cool, thank you guys. And it just, hopefully the enthusiasm you guys have shown is not for naught. And hopefully my hopes are not for naught. Remains to be seen how it all, rolls together. But those are some of my thoughts on it, scattered as they often are. What do you guys out there think? Let me know in the comments below. Follow me on social media and talk to me there, talk to me here. This weekend, Aztec Warfare MPX. Of course, putting our titles on the line against Sagan and Manning, and I'm just gonna destroy Sagan, destroy Dave Sagan, run him out of MPX back to PA. You need to be there. See it on the network, see it live. Either way, you gotta see it, see me make movies, kick faces as only I can do and do so well. Till next time, let us geek.